The President's Secret Air Force. The measures taken to guarantee the U.S. President's safety are some of the world's most closely guarded secrets. They're also expensive. According to critics, a simple presidential trip around the country can cost more than $3 million. And that's just an estimate, as any information regarding presidential travel is kept secret. Estimated costs of White House travel may surpass $100 million a year. Some of the most recognizable presidential vehicles are the Cadillac One, known as the Beast, the Marine One, a VH-3D helicopter, and Air Force One, a Boeing 747-200B. Although the Air Force has never officially confirmed its existence, a secret Air Force supposedly follows Air Force One when the President travels aboard his Oval Office in the sky. Although not technically secret, information regarding this impressive fleet is rarely found, as they always try to stay out of sight. Since the 1960s, at the height of the Cold War, the government began investing in building and equipping planes with the latest technological innovations. In the event of a nuclear attack, they wanted to be able to evacuate the President into the air as quickly as possible. From this period on, several Boeing 747s, known as E-4B Night Watch planes, were built as flying war rooms from which the President would lead a war against the enemy. Although those planes are kept as backup for Air Force One, 3 unmarked C-20C transport planes dating back to 1985 are held in wait every time the President travels, landing at airports within an hour of the President. Constantly at the ready, they are prepared to whisk the President to safety should Air Force One be compromised. These types of planes do not exist, at least not officially. There is no official record of them, but they've been spotted at nearby locations of every presidential trip. Disguised as unmarked Gulfstream III aircraft, these secret vehicles pack a punch. Their unarmed, antiquated appearance helps them pass for simple private jets, but they're more than that. If the President's security is jeopardized, they are the first responders. They're equipped with special satellite communications networks, specialized defense systems, and even the capability to launch nuclear orders from the aircraft itself. They're also designed to resist electromagnetic pulses from a nuclear explosion. They're faster and more discreet than the Boeing 747s. Identified by their tail numbers as 50049, 50050, and 60403, they were part of President Reagan's administration of his massive 1985 investments in continuity of government operations. The Zuma killer satellite. On November 15, 2017, SpaceX planned to launch a secret payload known as Zuma. However, the launch was postponed until January 7, 2018. On that day, a Falcon 9 rocket made it into space, carrying the mysterious top-secret payload codenamed Zuma. After launch, rumors emerged that an accident had resulted in the total loss of the cargo. To make things even more enigmatic, SpaceX cut the launch livestream before separation from the rocket due to the payload's classified nature. Accident or not, the Air Force, who had certified SpaceX to conduct military missions in 2015, said that despite the supposed malfunction, the company would not lose the certification. Of the accident, the president of SpaceX later said, quote, "Falcon 9 did everything correctly on Sunday night." Analysts suggested that he was technically correct. After all, Zuma had indeed been lifted into orbit. What happened after is where the confusion starts. Either the launch really failed, or the accident was a staged cover-up story to hide whatever Zuma was supposed to do. Regardless, the selectively released information seemed to have served its purpose. Zuma was conceived by the company Northrop Grumman. Although nobody knows for sure, specialists suggest that the project was designed to evade satellite tracking systems. Others believe that the mission was to balance the score with the hunter-killer satellites that the Russians and the Chinese have been launching in the last few years. The US may have finally launched its own. Other sources further claim that whatever they manage to launch into orbit may be able to launch a satellite-based cyber attack on specific locations. Grumman declined to say anything regarding the mystery behind the launch. To this date, neither SpaceX nor Grumman have said a word regarding what the payload was or which US government agency was the customer behind the secret project. Delta Force. Known as the 1st Special Forces Operational Detachment-Delta, Delta Force is one of the most elite and secretive units of the US Army. Although they are mainly tasked with special missions related to counter-terrorism, such as killing or capturing high-value units or dismantling terrorist cells, Delta Force is quite flexible. They were able to work closely with the CIA for reconnaissance missions, rescuing hostages, and gathering intel. The unit was established on November 19, 1977, by Colonel Charles Beckwith. He wanted to create a U.S. strike force similar to the British Air Service. With terrorism and the Cold War-era espionage reaching a breaking point, he saw the opportunity to create a special force. The Iran hostage crisis of 1980 was also looming over the horizon, so it was the perfect opportunity for assembling the elite team. A U.S. Army analysis that recognized the need for an organization capable of responding to acts of terrorism said, quote, "The proposed organization will provide a highly specialized force, rich in rank structure, built upon small teams which contain mature, professionally trained, psychologically prepared individuals capable of making on-the-spot judgments." Since its creation, the unit has had a few different names. Originally known as the Special Forces Operational Detachment, it's been renamed the Combat Application Group as part of the Army Compartmented Elements. The operators are chosen from the most elite units of all the U.S. Armed Forces branches. Only soldiers with the highest stamina, endurance, and mental resolve are recruited to even train for Delta. Former Delta operator Paul Howe once said that from an elite class of 120 applicants, only 12 to 14 make it past the selection course. Some of the operators are chosen from the Special Forces Group, the 75th Ranger Regiment, Marine Force Recon, and even the Navy SEALs. Although their missions are secret, some have been declassified by the government over the decades. Other missions have been published in books written by former Delta Force members. Their first known engagement was Operation Eagle Claw in Iran in 1980, followed by Operation Urgent Fury in Grenada. They also participated in Operation Just Cause during the Panama invasion to capture President Noriega. There were also many other top-secret missions during the Gulf War, Afghanistan, and others whose nature is unknown for the time being. Project X. 33 Thomas Street is a strange-looking skyscraper located in Tribeca, Lower Manhattan, New York City. Known as the Long Lines Building, it's been a source of mystery for surrounding New Yorkers since it finished construction in 1974. The building has a very characteristic architecture of the 50s brutalist epoch. Standing at 550 feet, made of gray concrete and granite, with almost no decorative designs to make it stand out. There are no windows or lighting in the entire building. Public knowledge about the building is very limited. It was created to house electronic equipment and computers from the New York Telephone Company, the world's largest center for processing long-distance phone calls. However, the building of 29 floors hides a much deeper secret. In 2003, whistleblower Edward Snowden revealed that the building was part of Project X. It's a top-secret building that can withstand a nuclear blast and house some 1,500 people in the event of an attack. Snowden also revealed that the building, under the codename Titan Point, houses mass surveillance equipment for the NSA. The system is part of a surveillance state that the U.S. government has been operating for decades to tap into the communications of civilians, the United Nations, the Monetary Fund, allied nations, and other organizations of global importance. The information gathered from the government includes phone calls, text messages, social media posts and interactions, and any other form of communication linked with an individual. AT&T, who owns the building, has cooperated in the past with the NSA. Both organizations have evaded any questions related to Snowden's leaks, which claim that surveillance equipment has been installed in more than 59 sites across the country and the world. Although the U.S. government has not confirmed nor denied any of the leaks, strangely enough, the FBI occupies the entire 23rd floor of 26 Federal Plaza, a building located just behind 33 Thomas Street. Area 6. In March 2016, an unusual and unknown U.S. facility in the middle of the Nevada desert was spotted on Google Maps. The area, located just 12 miles northwest of Area 51, is composed of a landing strip with some hangars. Baptized as Area 6 due to its location on the Yucca Flat test site, the small landing strip is barely 5,000 feet long, and it has no official name. Incapable of accommodating jets and bombers, experts have speculated about the real purpose of the locale. According to some, the site is used to hide training MQ-9 Reapers in a highly classified program. After the facility was shown on the internet, television, and the news, a spokesman from the National Nuclear Security Administration said that Area 6 was used by the Department of Defense and the Department of Homeland Security to test sensors on board unmanned aerial vehicles. Bechtel, the engineering corporation in charge of building the facility in 2008, specified that Area 6 is used to, quote, construct, operate, and test a variety of unmanned aerial vehicles. Tests include, but are not limited to, airframe modifications, sensor operation, and onboard computer development. A small manned chase plane is used to track the unmanned aerial vehicles. A 7,500-page tome on nuclear safety at the Yucca Mountain Nuclear Waste Project has a written paragraph that describes Area 6 as an aerial operations facility. However, drone facilities are not. Government officials have refused to acknowledge that the U.S. even has a drone program.